Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm over here just vibing. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's the
I'm
day.
over here just vibing.
This is the day. Today is the day everything's gonna happen. Hello, Joanne.
We're in the place where it happens, right?
In the place, everything's gonna happen.
We're in the place where it happens. If you know, you know.
You know, all the things.
All of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy times we're having here.
Definitely. Right? Yep.
Hey, does anyone out there have that AT&T phone that just stopped working today? What a crazy day in the world.
All of them?
All of them. All of them.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Nope. I have an iPhone.
Yeah, so do I. We're fine.
But it was an AT&T like branded phone or
no, the phone system. So it's like T-Mobile, AT&T. So if you have a phone through AT&T, you were definitely not having a good day today.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. I'm on T-Mobile.
You're good then. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm on T-Mobile. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck to me then.
Yeah, you're great and we're great. So
I'm in luck.
You are in luck. Today is
you and I are in luck.
Being lucky. Today's a great day to get
lucky. Oh, you know what? I need to stream. I'm sorry. I need to stream this onto Gallows Hill Witchery. Hold on.
Stream away.
Hold on. Technology. I love it.
Oh, I have to give a shout out. And I can't believe that wasn't the first thing I did.
Oh, give a shout out.
Shout out to my mother. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Rena.
Oh my gosh. And she was on my live last night.
She was on your live. She
birthday girl.
She called me up. She goes, I think some of it's really pretty. I told her to get on tonight after her birthday dinner with my dad. So, yay. Happy birthday, Mama. You're young, 25 years old again.
I know. I don't know how you could be 25 and your mother's 25.
She's really my twin.
That's so crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Oh. And Joanne, Miss Eagle Eye, yes, this is Esmeralda. Yes, Joanne, you are correct. This is Esmeralda right off my shoulder. And yes. And the gorgeous painting of Ganesha. This is an actual painting, not a print. That is an original work of art by Steve Samsara. So one of my all-time favorite artists. That is an original of his that was, flown over here from England to me. So that is my most prized piece of art. And I had it professionally framed over here, which was amazing because it's like 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide, and it's pretty big. But yes, the god of good fortune that Leanne and I talked about, that I specifically talked about in Lighting the Wick in chapter 10, which was all about good luck. And chapter 10 was transformational for us.
Yes.
Leanne talked about Fortuna, which is a goddess that she feels deeply connected to.
Yes, I have a beautiful statue of Fortuna. Actually, I have several. Love her. She is both kind and cruel, because luck's not always a lady.
Well,
so we have to give her due, and we have to give her positive energy. But if you want, we can start with the tarot card and see if you're all going to be lucky. Wonder what that would be.
How many people do this? How many people cross their fingers?
I do still.
Okay,
so it's the Wheel of Fortune. Surprise, aren't you all?
No, so, not at all.
Not at all. So the Wheel of Fortune, it's always turning. Have you noticed that? And within that is God's secret name. So within the Wheel of Fortune, it also represents so many different things when we're looking at this shape. So you're first of all, you're looking at four Hebrew letters, which are Yod, He, Vah, He. And I always said that we are in charge. So maybe we are in charge of our own luck. Okay. So sometimes we need a little extra help from a higher being as well. But in the middle of the wheel, you'll see the alchemy symbols for mercury, sulfur, water, and salt. All right. Well, I've always looked at this card, and so I knew I was going to have a good day when I saw what represents God on the top and the devil on the bottom. But if you constantly have to know, and you have to go into life knowing that this is always changing. So if you're having a bad day, okay, and you feel like fortune is not on your side, know that that changes, because this is a cycle that's in constant movement. All right.
Yep.
And it's reminding us to cherish those blissful moments in life. You take a minute, and when things are good, we have to give thanks and gratitude to what's around us. But then again, what comes around definitely goes around. So listen, if you're a nasty person, if you're a dark person and you're constantly turning this wheel and thinking things are going to work out for you, it probably isn't. It isn't. You know, the Wheel of Fortune asks you to be optimistic and have faith, but it doesn't always receive or give you the blessings that you need. But I think I would like to say, even the bad times, there are opportunities to grow, to evolve, to change. So I don't want to say that the universe is giving you bad luck. Maybe it's giving you an opportunity to grow in a different way. Maybe this is a time when you're going to call on your spirit helpers or your friends or your familiars. I mean, it's completely this card is completely surrounded by the archangels that are there. These are the ascended masters of your life that are going to come and help you. I mean, I really honestly think we should put a picture of my mother for me and one, like, her little face coming out, because she has been exceptional. Again, happy birthday on this lucky day, Ma. So it is impossible to change certain things you set out in your life. So yeah, there is some things that we have to just live with and get through. But just remember, as we're spinning in this crazy wheel, we have angels, we have our ancestors, we have living family, we have the family that we created ourselves, our friends, and they're going to help you get through the devil, the dark times. All right. And we also have our own strength, and we have we have our own higher self constantly screaming to get out. And those are the opportunities when I think I shine the most. When things fall to shit, I feel like that's when I get to see how I am, who I truly am came out of that. Oh, yay. So crack your nut, open it up, eat the meat, spit out the shell, and enjoy your life. Okay?
Right.
And get lucky. Get lucky.
With regard to luck, the Wheel of Fortune, the whole idea is this too shall pass. So when something good is happening, this too shall pass. When something bad is happening, this too shall pass. So it's never going to just stay the same. That's one thing we can say. There's always going to be changes. There's always going to be ups and downs. That's just life. And so basically, when you see the Wheel of Fortune, you have to remember, and when you said give gratitude for the good stuff, yes, hold on to that good stuff, acknowledge it, realize it, call it out in your life, make space to actually have gratitude for the good things. That way you're acknowledging it, you're accepting it. One thing I want to call your attention to on this card, and I don't normally read with this particular deck, but on this particular card, all of our four creatures,
Yes.
all of our creatures here, which everybody has wings. Everybody, even creatures that don't normally get depicted with wings, like bulls, for instance, have wings on this card. That's time is flying. Everything, time is flying all the way around the wheel. So that's a reminder to us that we may feel like we have all the time in the world. We don't. And so the fact that we have an influence on our own fortune means we need to grab the bull by the horns, right? Because time is flying. We don't have all the time in the world. We need to make it count. So we can't just let time go flying by while we're not realizing the things that we want to realize in our life. And by that, I mean manifest, right? Which is such an overused word at this point. But yeah, I'm going to say it. So if we're not manifesting the life that we really want for ourselves, this is a reminder that time is ticking, time is flying. Because that does kind of look like a clock. I know it's not a clock, but it harkens to the image of a clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got the 12, the 3, the 6, and the, you know, and the 9. So it does have like the mark at the, you know, again. And the other thing I want to call your attention to that's specifically on this card is all of those creatures look like they are either reading from a book or writing a book, right? And this reminds us that luck and our own fortune can be a story we tell ourselves. It's the story that we tell ourselves on whether we are lucky or unlucky, of whether we perceive the good in our lives as being ever present, or if we're just constantly like followed by a dark cloud. And part of that is the story we tell ourselves. And so those stories that are being written or read by the creatures on the Wheel of Fortune, it's reminding you about mindset. It's about the story you're telling yourself in your own brain. If you're feeling trapped, that's a story you are telling yourself. You are not trapped. If you're feeling like you've, you know, like someone just said, Kimberly just said, I feel like so much time has been wasted. You cannot tell yourself that story. That won't get you where you need to go. You need to look at that as you've put in your dues, you've paid your dues to get where you are. And now it's time for you to take control of that wheel and steer. It's time for you to stop being run over by the wheel. It's time for you to take the wheel and steer. Okay. So this Wheel of Fortune is a call to action for everyone that's hearing this message, whether you're hearing it today live while we're on and you're able to put in the chat, or if you're hearing this later because you're watching at a time that's more convenient for you, whatever. If this message is reaching you, I'm talking to you. And this is a call to action and a wake-up call for you. And now is the time. I don't want to talk about the past. We can't change it. But we're right here, right now. That's what we've got. We've got right now, today. And that's when we're going to make those changes happen from right now. And we can't cry over the spilled milk. We got to move forward and make it happen. And we're going to take control and take the wheel right now.
Have you noticed?
We are changing our luck right now.
This card is so amazing. So when you look at the card, those winged creatures, they're fixed astrological signs. So you have your Taurus, your Leo, your Scorpio, and your Aquarius represented right around that. And those are the do signs. You know, us cardinal signs, we get the ideas, but it's your Taurus, your Leos, and your Scorpios that are going to run that. And
they get it done. We have the vision. Cardinal signs like Leanne and I have the vision, but it's the Aquarius in my life. The number one Aquarius in my life is my husband. The number one Taurus in your life is your business partner. It's no secret why you will see that a cardinal sign will always link up with a fixed sign, because we have the vision, they have the follow through. And this card is a reminder for you all of us, that you've got to have your follow through. And if you need to partner up with somebody that's going to stay on you, I can't tell you how I bristle when my husband reminds me about my follow through on whatever. But I know it's why we make such a strong team. I might bristle when he's reminding me of something I need to follow through on because I want to be Miss Independent. But at the same time, I know that's his strength. It's not my strength, it's his strength. So I have ideas, a million ideas, but I cannot possibly follow through on all of them. He helps me kiss it or kill it.
Yeah.
He helps me decide what am I going to move forward on and how am I going to follow through on it.
They get it done. They get it done. So
the fixed signs.
To our fixed signs, thank you for helping us get it done. And thank you because it's tied into making our luck reality, helping us improve our lives and moving it. So thank you for being my lucky charm.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where I would be. I don't even know where I would be. But now, how do we act on all of this? How do we act on all of this? Part of it is that we need little reminders, and sometimes crystals make for excellent reminders. And they are also on our side. They're on our team, right? They're going to help us. They're helping us get it done because we're carrying them. We're putting them in our space. We are, we're working with them, holding them maybe, and saying a mantra, et cetera, et cetera. So let's talk about some of the lucky charms. Malachite. Malachite is, and I absolutely, this is my personal one. And if you know, I love anything with an eye. If a stone has an eye, oh, I'm a magpie. That is like, ooh. So, this looks out for me, right? This is a malachite. This is a very lucky stone. And it was Richard Ravish who taught me to keep a malachite in my coin purse or my wallet, whatever. And that if I did, I would never be without money again, ever. And I never have. So I have a little malachite that I keep in my coin purse, and it's traveled with me all these years. And that malachite, and also malachite is excellent for traveling in general. So whether or not you're using it for luck with finances or you're using it when you're traveling, keep malachite with you in your travels. Oh, thanks, Tina. So yes, malachite, amazing, amazing. You want to work with this stone. It's got there's so many excellent things about malachite. So that is like the first thing that I'm going to recommend. Also, aventurine. So I love aventurine. I love, 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 love the super, it comes in many different shades. So sometimes it's a little more pale. Sometimes it's really rich. I love it. It's good for luck in love and luck in finances combined. It's known for both of those things. And it's another heart chakra, right? So a lot of these stones are green. It's another heart chakra stone. So it vibes to that. That's got that beautiful green energy. That's Venus is known for. And Venus is luxury and love. So that makes sense, right? That aventurine could do both. Get you a stone that does both. That's what I'm saying. So aventurine, another really key one for luck. So wear aventurine, carry aventurine. Yeah, I'm hearing about those outages. Leanne was mentioning it earlier. Another stone, you're going to hear me. I talk about this stone all the time. And I just had to bring on one of my little carvings because this guy can travel with me anywhere. This is my little howling wolf in pyrite. Pyrite is a success stone. So it's going to bring success in all your endeavors. So whatever it is you're trying to achieve, add pyrite, especially financially. So whatever it is, if it's job related success, if it's basically, you're looking to increase your income, looking for new revenue streams, starting a new business, pyrite. Pyrite brings in that solar power for new beginnings, fresh starts, and, and blessings, just overall blessings. So pyrite is going to be key. Another one that I want to talk about, because a lot of people do talk about it, is opal. So opal, a lot of people will be like, oh, opals are bad luck if you're not born in October, or opals are bad luck if you don't get them given to you as a gift. Like, you can't buy yourself an opal. And there's all these things. People used to say this about tarot cards too. People used to say, oh, tarot cards, if you can't buy your own deck, you have to be given it. It's interesting how people work gatekeeping into the mix when it comes to luck and when it comes to empowerment. Joyful empowerment, Joanne. Yes, when it comes to empowering others, people out there love to gatekeep. I don't know why. So I'm going to say to you, I'm a Libra, I'm an October Libra, and I hereby give you permission to wear opal or work with opal if you feel drawn to it. So don't be scared about opal. It got a bad reputation back in the day, like so many other things that people don't really, understand all the workings of. And it's honestly, it's an old wives' tale. Now, okay, so if opal is something that you're struggling with, then maybe it's not for you. Maybe those stones are trying to tell you something. But honestly, that is rare. And more often than not, what we heard were a bunch of tales about how somebody got an opal and then something terrible happened. But they used to say that about the crystal skulls too. I mean, it always seems like it's something powerful that people don't want people to use. I love the original opals, the actual opals from the earth, because they show so many colors of the rainbow. And so whatever you're working with, an opal will enhance it, whatever planetary stuff you're working with. Also, when it comes to luck, orange stones work because they vibe to Mercury. And Mercury is the planet of fast luck. So when you need your luck to turn around really quickly, when you don't have time to like do a major, whatever that takes, months or whatever to manifest, when you want something to happen quickly, you want to work with Mercury. So orange stones often will vibe to Mercury, and stones that have play in them, like opals, stones that have play of color changing stones. Mercury loves color changing stones. So all the stones that have interesting play in them, all the stones that like show different colors when you turn them in different lights and things like that. This would include labradorite. It would include rainbow moonstone. It would include even sunstone with the chatoyancy, stones like, that have a lot of flash. Mercury loves those stones. So you can use those stones specifically to speed things up in the areas in which you're working with those stones. So yes. And Hawkeye, blue tiger eye, which I literally dropped right before we went on. And I was like, oh no, blue tiger eye.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that.
Another stone. And again, it's got the play, right? But this is excellent for travelers. So, I'll be bringing the blue tiger eye jewelry with me when we go to Ireland and England. Like,
yes, I'm going to be on the lookout.
With me. Malachite is definitely coming with me. So many of these pieces. Oh, and jade. I want to bring up good luck. Jade is also really good luck. It's been considered good luck for literally centuries. And this one is particularly good luck. It's particularly good for longevity, things that you want to have, legacy things, passing things down, starting something that grows and grows, like, a policy, like an insurance policy, or like, like investments, like things that you want over time, over long periods of time, things for longevity, and health for longevity. So health changes to bring on longevity. Jade, definitely. And the other thing I want to talk about is a symbol that has, honestly, it's starting to be associated with Gallows Hill witchery, which I absolutely adore. And that is the Hamsa, specifically with the eye in the palm of the hand. Now, this one is my personal one. It happens to be blue onyx, but there's like a million, of course. So, whatever one you vibe with, but this image is a very protective image. And that's the other side of luck, is not only growing the good luck, but protecting yourself from the bad luck and protecting yourself from the bad energies. That's why Leanne and I mentioned shungite as one of the things to travel with to protect you, because it's protecting you from negative energy, but also all the stuff that you have to come into contact with when you travel, x-ray machines and tons of technology, there's tons of electromagnetic field when you're traveling. And so that can help you protect your own personal energy and hopefully become less jet lagged, because honestly, that's one of the things I'm going to be carrying. Shungite is one of the things I'm going to carry with me to try to avoid jet lag from bouncing so many time zones. So have that on your Caradwen. Have that on your Caradwen. Is this another autocorrect instance? Joanne's autocorrect is like on drugs.
I literally was talking about Caradwen today.
Oh, the hawk eye. Have that on your Caradwen. Oh, I know what you're saying. You got the Caradwen sphere holder from Gallows Hill Witchery, and you put your hawk eye sphere on that sphere holder. Now I get what you're saying. Because yes, Joanne, you have a Hawkeye sphere. You have a Hawkeye sphere too. That's very similar to mine, although I don't know if yours has an eye.
Joanne, I want to see your Caradwen.
Mine has an eye.
I want to see it. Okay.
So yeah, Leanne wants you to take a picture of your Caradwen. So yes, traveling is one time that you definitely want to be protecting yourself, whether you're just driving down the street in a car or you're flying across the pond, whatever it is. Especially when you're traveling, you want to have your luck with you. Now, Leanne, what kinds of little charms do you bring with you when you travel? I know you've got a few little things.
Oh my goodness! With. All right, let's start, because my goodness, I hate flying. I am terrified. So I have a, I think it's an orange stone. What's the orange?
Carnelian?
I have a carnelian shaped like an angel that goes in my pocket. I wear my carnelian earrings you gave me and the necklace. Inside of my bra, I have my grandmother's rosary beads. Just take Tim's arm and I just shove my face into it until the Klonopins, and then I have the magic of anti-anxiety medicine, and I take as much as I possibly can, especially if you're going over the pond, and then I drink. I do. Don't ever do this at home, people. And I carry some herbs with me that ended up I had to open them once, and it had like rosemary and lavender, and I just sniffed it, and I use that for luck too, but I think it's lucky if I hit the ground, don't hit the ground, I land safely. I pray and I drink scotch, and then I pass out. Then it's fine. And they feed you. Wait. When you're flying over, whoever's out there and it's flown, they feed you nonstop. So every time I was dozing off, there was cocktail hour, and then there was first snack, and then there was breakfast, and then there's second snack, and then there's lunch, and then you land. And you land full, but you want to eat.
I don't get it. Why are they keeping you? Why do they keep you awake for the flight?
And their food is good. It was good.
Oh God, I don't know I can't remember.
Wait, you're going to fly British Airways. They give you tea. You get you get little.
No, I don't. I can't remember if we went British Airways or Virgin Atlantic. We might have gone.
They
I
give
think
you cool things.
I actually think we're flying Virgin Atlantic.
You're going to love it. I loved the food. I was like, food's good.
I don't know.
Breakfast
I
was
don't
good.
know. I don't know. But
Whatever. I carry everything. I bring saints. I find my Catholicism again. I pray. It's
Saint
everything.
Christopher. Do you have the Saint Christopher medal?
Christopher medal.
Saint Christopher medal.
Yep.
But I got down in New Orleans at the Basilica.
It's interesting. I have a little thing for Carradwin. I had a little prayer card of Bridget. I had who else? I think I had Bass with me. I just made sure everybody was recognized. No one was going to be left out. I have Saint Michael. I have Raphael. I have look, I'm doing the whole Ori. Everything comes with me, and I'm so annoying.
I gotta say, Leanne and I have always advocated, especially when we talk about this in chapter 10 in Lighting the Wick, when we talk about luck and we talk about the different, gods and goddesses that are associated with luck. We also talk about the fact that you do need to have a relationship with these deities, because deities are not just magic genies where you rub the lamp and they pop out and say, what would you like me to give you? That is not how it works. So when we're joking about Leanne refinding her Catholicism and bringing everything on the trip, we just want to remind everybody that if you want to work with Fortuna, or you want to work with Ganesha, or you want to work with whoever you want to work with, any of the archangels, whatever, you have to build a little bit of a relationship with them, because it's not appropriate to treat them like a vending machine where you put your quarter in and you get your thing out. You know what I mean? So you do build a relationship over time. And part of the way of doing that is doing magical devotion to them, regularly leading up to whatever. So if there's a specific day of the week that deity has been ever associated with, love deities, it's typically Fridays. If you're working with luck, you may choose Sunday, you may choose Wednesday if you're looking to make it faster because of Mercury. But take a look at the different days, see what would be appropriate, and start a devotion to that deity. It might be as simple as setting up a photograph of that deity, a candle in front of that photograph that you light and then extinguish when you're done working with it, and then making some kind of an offering. I personally, for Ganesha, would say offer sweets of some kind, little candies, maybe some very sweet little fruits, because Ganesha loves sweets. And so I would recommend not only lighting the candle, but bringing something tasty, either like fruit related, some little fruits, or little wrapped candies or something, and offering that up, because, that's just what, and you can Google these things and figure out what the deity that you're interested in would really enjoy and go from there. But rather than, you can't just put the thing in your pocket and be done with it. Like you actually, it does take a little bit of work. And so what you put into it is what you get out of it. Right. So when you live a life where you're doing these devotionals regularly, I personally kind of feel like I live a little bit of a charmed life, but I also know that I do work on that. First of all, it's mindset. And second of all, it's my relationship with my deities. I don't spread myself too thin. When it comes to the deities I work with, you will find I have a pretty narrow focus in general. And, I don't try to, keep up with 25 deities. I don't have time for that. Quite frankly, humans have a limited amount of time and a limited amount of energy. And when you devote that to a deity, don't spread it too thin. There's no need for that. Focus on your patron, and focus on whoever it is, your main deity. Maybe you have a couple of other deities that you also work with, but I would recommend keeping the circle small, tight, and strong. Just like in real life. Just like in real life with your friend circle, small, tight, and strong.
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, your acquaintances and the people you run into and everything, sure, always nice, cordial, happy, wonderful. But like that inner circle of friends, small, tight, and strong. And the inner circle of deities, same. When you run into all those other deities in all those other areas of life, yes, obviously, be courteous, be, whatever. But I would limit the number of deities you're actively working with or going to petitioning or going to with any kind of request. So you can worship an entire pantheon, but I wouldn't go to them all and be like, here's my laundry list of things. Oh my goodness. Now there's something in Aquarius knows is how to keep a Libra happy.
That's amazing.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. I just got
you got derailed. How for me?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, enjoy. Go ahead. I was gonna say something that would have come off wrong. I would have said, go ahead.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Before we spend even one more minute, we really should bring Tim Soaring Wolf on.
Let's bring him on.
Because we should talk about the astrology of what's happening right now and see where we're lining up with this luck magic.
Hey guys, and thanks for having me as always. And of course, yeah, loving the show. And of course, we are. There's a lot of like crazy things happening. I feel like there's good things happening. There's like challenging things happening. Of course, there has been Mercury, talking about Mercury. Mercury was square Uranus on February 17th, but it's still within, just a few days. So when we look at the glyph of Mercury, it's got the little antennas. Well, when we look at the glyph of Uranus, it's like double antennas. It's like actually like a satellite dish. So it's, communication, lower communication versus higher communication kind of squaring off. So no surprise. Also on today, Venus is exactly conjunct with Mars. It's all about relationships today. And the passions are definitely increased on all levels in regards to relationships, sex, just, pleasantry, and even fighting and anger, right? So it's interesting that, yeah, as Mercury is in the last degree of Aquarius, Aquarius is also about technology, that we've got this whole blowout of AT&T happening. So that's very interesting. But yeah, the relationships, cell phones are also about communications and connecting with people, right? So Venus, Mars, I think definitely could affect that. I also feel the Venus Mars conjunction is playing into even what's happening globally. There's a lot of passion. We have the South node of Libra, North node in Aries. So Aries energy is flourishing. Diplomacy is lingering, and we are releasing some of those diplomacy and peacemaking ways at the moment. And that's even with our relationships. So I love talking about the physical makeup of planets when talking about astrology, because, Venus is, yes, love and beauty and grace, but love can be enormously passionate. Love can make us do crazy things. And when we think about Venus as a physical makeup of it, I mean, it's 864 degrees on Venus. The pressure is about 100 times stronger than Earth. There's always storms. And to me, that is like a symbol of the power of love. Love is one of the, the most powerful emotion on the earth. And it can definitely move us to accomplish amazing things, but it can also cause us to do vengeful, hurtful things, right? In the opposite side. So we've got the planet of war, already very passionate, wanting to charge ahead, ambition, confidence, teaming up with Venus, already the planet of love and also passion. So lots of passions happening. We'll see where this energy takes us, but definitely we've got that Aries energy flourishing. So it's all about being a pioneer, being a trailblazer, going forward, taking those leaps of faith. I love that we're talking about the attitude when we're talking about luck. We're not just talking about, little superstitions and things like that, but real meaningful things that you guys have covered on talking about luck. And I love that. And before I get to that, though, I do want to mention there is a full moon this Saturday in Virgo at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we are in the season of Pisces. Pisces is a very spiritual sign. Full moon in Virgo. Virgo is a very earthbound sign, so it's more about physical health, but Virgo does rule the house of physical health. So we've got the axis of health, spiritual health versus physical health. So this full moon, and even this season of Pisces, we're going to be really evaluating our spiritual health in a lot of ways. So I definitely encourage you all to do what you need to do. If you've fallen off track, it's never too late to get back on. Again, connecting with your deity, your patron saints, or getting back into prayer, your devotions, your rituals, whatever you do. But this is definitely that season to get connection with because our spiritual health does affect our physical health. And we will come to find that out this week if we haven't already. But this full moon is very much going to kind of highlight where's our energies going. Are we focusing too much on this physical plane and forgetting the spiritual luck that can come to us? Or are we maybe not focusing on our physical health, right? I know as far as physical health and Sagittarius has actually been kind of focusing on health. So right now, as far as luck, Jupiter is the planet of luck. We're going to talk about Jupiter in a minute, but they say right now the luckiest signs is Taurus and now leading into Gemini. So Taurus is supposed to be very lucky right now with Jupiter in its sign. And then they say that Gemini is going to be kind of the main character of 2024. So I'm looking forward to it. I will tell you right now, I have had plans in the works, but I can just personally speaking, I have felt stagnant. I have felt stuck. A lot of things I want to get lifted off the ground has been just kind of sitting there. So for you Geminis out there, after February, March, things are going to really start changing. May, Jupiter moves into Gemini and will be in Gemini till next year. So this is supposed to be the year Geminis come back in full swing. And so I hope to be a testament to that. I expect big changes. I don't want to announce anything yet, but I'll let you guys know. It will be a very positive year. And Jupiter is the planet of positivity, optimism, luck, and it's interesting that all of those things are kind of needed with luck, faith, moving forward, taking that leap of faith. Jupiter will open doors for us, but we still have to have the faith to walk through them and to take that step. If we don't take that step, we could have the most luck that anybody else has around us. But if we don't do anything with it, we're just going to be happy with the positive vibes, enjoying those positive vibes, but never accomplishing probably what we could accomplish, right? And when we talk about Venus, anything Venus touches is love and favor. Anything Jupiter touches is luck and abundance and growth. So combining those two planets is, if you're looking at astrologically, if you want to find out where your luck is or where you might have some favor, look to your Venus Jupiter signs. So here's a chart I did because Jupiter is considered the planet of luck. And so if you really want to focus on where you attract luck individually, this is all about the Jupiter signs. And so, sorry, I'm going to pull this up on a different page for myself just so I can read this. Where am I? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go through this really quickly. But if you have, we all have basically 12 signs. We don't just have a sun sign or even just a moon sign. You take all the 9 planets, the sun and the moon, and your rising sign. We all have 12 signs actually. So this is the cool thing about astrology is you can't just take one piece of the puzzle and expect to know everything about it. You got to take everything as a whole. So one of our signs is our Jupiter sign. So if you are a Jupiter, you could be a sun in a whatever 12 signs, but your Jupiter could be in Aries. And you will have luck when you take the initiative, when you lead with enthusiasm, positivity, encouragement, and courage, embracing independence and initiating projects. Your drive for quick results leads to success. If you have your Jupiter in Taurus, then you are having your Jupiter return probably this year or last year. And the other thing is you guys want to look at, and come get a reading from me because we don't have time to talk about it. But Jupiter returns is every 12 years when Jupiter returns to where it was when you were born. This is supposed to be a year of luck and abundance and growth. So keep, you should, pay attention to these things. I've got mine coming up in 2 years from now. But my first Jupiter return, I was around 12 is when I first got into spiritual things. I started reading the Bible, stuff like that. 12 years later, my next Jupiter return, I made the most money as a branch manager at the time of my life. My son was born. I bought a house. Everything expanded and grew in my life. 12 years later, age 35, was when my family expanded again. I got married. I also moved from the West Coast to the East Coast. So long distance travel, Jupiter does favor, exploring all of that. Jupiter returns. Just wanted to mention that. Taurus, you are having your Jupiter return this year. But if you have your Jupiter in Taurus, When you value yourself, you get luck. You attract luck. When you exhibit patience in finances, you attract luck, and also balance between generosity and discrimination to avoid overindulgence. If you have your Jupiter in Gemini, you attract luck with your words, success through wit, connection, sociability, curiosity, communication, and intellectual growth. If you have your Jupiter in Cancer, you attract luck when you are sympathetic, charitable, and nurturing. So you will have like extra luck when it comes to the home, real estate, food industry, because that is part of the home tradition, security values of Cancer. Jupiter in Leo, like me, you attract luck when you're magnanimous, inspiring confidence, taking the lead, dignity, generosity. I will tell you guys that I hate being on camera. I only got into doing lives because of you, ladies. Before, I used to just kind of speak, but I would never show my face. I don't like being in the spotlight, but because Jupiter is in Leo for me, that's where I attract my luck. When I'm in my jobs, I always find myself in a position of leadership or a branch manager or a trainer, like always in some kind of leadership position. I don't try to aspire to that role, but it's because I'm more of a hard worker. I take initiative and I end up getting in those roles. I attract luck when I'm in leadership positions. So if you're a Jupiter Leo like me, don't be afraid to take the limelight or shine, even if you are shy like me. Some people don't think that I'm shy because I kind of hide that portion of myself, right? If your Jupiter is in Virgo, you attract the most luck when you're helpful, when you're honest, also when you focus on details, practical knowledge, also thriving in industries of service industries and health-related fields. When I was in the service industry, being a bartender, there was a lot of Virgos, a lot of Cancers, so a lot of fire signs actually in the kitchen. All right, Jupiter in Libra. Sorry to talk so much, guys, but you will attract luck when you're fair-minded and gracious. You excel in promoting equality, harmony, and you find success in partnerships, arts, anything to do with beauty, Venus. Jupiter in Scorpio, when you are passionate and committed, you will draw luck to you. You are also drawn to deeper studies, healing, thriving in research, psychology. Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling sign. So if you have Sagittarius in your chart, it could be one of your ruling planets. You attract luck when you're open-minded, when you embrace tolerance, other cultures, thinking outside the box, and also travel, higher education, sports. And Capricorn, you attract luck when you're responsible, honest, hardworking, and you will attract positions of leadership and leading. Kind of what I was talking about, the Jupiter and Leo. When you are honest, responsible, hardworking, you will find positions of leadership. Capricorn, Jupiter in Aquarius, you're inventive, you're intolerant. So draw that in, allow your inventions to come out. You will attract luck. And also when you value personal freedom, unique perspectives. Last but not least, Pisces season, you attract luck when you are charitable, compassionate, motivated by universal vision, finding rewards in act of kindness, devotion, successful in arts, cinema, especially, and spiritual endeavors. So sorry, guys, to go through all that, but hopefully that will be helpful to someone out there. Again, if you didn't even know you had a Jupiter chart sign, go to astro.com right now, put in your details. It'll list all of your planets. Find your Jupiter sign, come back to this chart or come back to our replay and see how you can attract luck yourself individually from an astrological perspective. But yeah, following Jupiter will help to know when those opportunities arise. But again, Jupiter is going to open doors. Geminis, Jupiter are opening doors for you this year. So I'm looking forward to walking through them as soon as they open. But yeah, with that, you were going to say something, Sandra? Sorry.
My Jupiter's in Libra in the 8th house.
Very good.
So it's part of my stellium in Libra. But it's not really, Libra's not a wonderful place. It's the detriment. It's Jupiter's in its detriment in Libra.
Well, Saturn is in the exalted in Libra, so it's kind of the opposite, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Well, Jupiter is not necessarily in the fall. Jupiter would be in the fall if it was in Capricorn, and Jupiter also doesn't really like the opposite signs. So Jupiter and Gemini would be kind of not, it's not a happy place for Jupiter because it's the opposite. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Yeah.
For some reason, I had it in my head.
You have a
Jupiter
moon
was in its detriment in Libra.
No, not necessarily. No, it would be either Capricorn or probably Gemini.
So Saturn is in its detriment in Libra?
No, Saturn is exalted in Libra. What is in detriment in Libra is Mars, because Mars is the opposite.
I don't have Mars there. I
Yeah.
have Mars in Capricorn.
That is
where it's
exalted.
exalted.
That's a really good placement for Mars.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's going to make you ambitious, successful, you know, move up the ladder, all that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you have your moon in Sagittarius. So you have Jupiter as one of your ruling planets. You are a
Yes,
Sagittarius,
and,
Leanne. So Sagittarians, as I
He's
mentioned,
Sag rising.
yeah,
Sag
She's a
rising.
Cancer with Sag
He's
rising.
Sag rising.
So
But
Sag
my
risings
Jupiter is in Libra.
have, and you don't have to share anything personal, Leanne, but has the past 6 months or even year, has there been anything come up health-wise?
Oh, yes.
Okay. My dad is also Sagittarius. He's also been dealing with a lot of health things, physical things, health things. But the opposite of the 6th house is the 12th house. So Geminis have been struggling with spiritual health, mental health. So it's been mental health for Geminis, physical health for Sagittarians.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as Jupiter moves into Gemini, Jupiter will be lucky in the 1st house. So pretty much anything you put your mind to, Gemini, starting in May, you will have that luck behind you. But Sagittarius will now move to the 7th house. You're leaving the health sector. So your health should be getting better, Sagittarians or Sagittarius risings. And now your luck will start to come in the form of partnerships, 7th house stuff. So relationships, marriages, and just, yeah, draw on that luck through your connections.
Maybe he'll pop the question.
Now,
Maybe.
Kiki was asking, she said, you said Jupiter in Taurus is this year's return?
Right now, yeah. So Jupiter has been in Taurus since last year. It's currently at the 10th degree of Taurus, but it is moving fast. It's going to move into Gemini in the month of May. So let's say you have a Jupiter in Taurus at the 10th degree. Jupiter is exactly conjunct your Jupiter today, right now. Again, when Jupiter returns to its exact place, it's a year of luck, growth. But the thing about Jupiter returns, I want to mention, is that it can seem very tough at the beginning, because what do you need to do to attract the growth? You got to make room, right? You got to pull out the weeds. And so if you've got weeds in your life and you may not think this is a weed, maybe it's a person you really love, but that weed is now pulled out and you're like, what the hell happened? Now, you know, and you really want that relationship to work, but maybe it was a weed and you didn't even know it. So especially during the Jupiter return year, things start leaving your life, or you lose a job, or consider it a weed. Just be positive. Look forward to that opportunity. You're making room for growth, because that's what I did when I was 34. And by that time I knew a little bit about astrology, and I knew my Jupiter return was coming. I started selling everything I owned. I was living in Vegas, but I just got rid of everything. And I was leaving Vegas as well. Did lose my job. I came back to Texas just for a brief stint, but I just like decluttered and tried to minimize as much as possible. I made so much room in my life, and I feel like that's how my life just took off. I mean, I moved to Virginia, I got married, completely different life, because I made room for it, So if you have a Jupiter in Taurus, do your best to make room for that huge blessing that is trying to come into your life.
And I gotta say, the energy right now is make room to make luck, make room for success, make room in your life to allow the good things that are waiting for you to come in.
Make room, and then take the leap of faith when that door opens too, because it's both.
Because I've been feeling that spring cleaning energy. It has come on so early this year, and I've just been shedding my
this
skin
whole week
like a snake. I've just been shedding so much physical stuff. I've just been, I am like amazed at how much I've been able to let go of. And
you're welcome, Kira.
I'm telling you.
All planets are moving direct. As we're going into March now, I wanted to mention the month of March, all planets are direct. So you are right on target with that, Sandra. This is a great show to talk about luck, because luck is all about moving forward, taking those leaps of faith. And we've got all planets direct. So this is the time to just build up, move forward, but also make room, clear out those weeds, right? Because that is where growth comes.
So many people just equate luck with money, or gambling, or things like that. And there's so many other areas where luck and good fortune can serve us, whether or not we want love, good luck in our health, good luck in our career, creative plans. Luck is a very, very important blessing. And it's I understand, like, I have a feeling that, like, if you looked at my chart, you could be like, oh my God, this has been a rough year, because I've not been lucky in my health. So I had to say the hell with it. I had to make steps to allow my health to go. I had to let go. I had to have more time to go for walks, more time to make healthier food choices. And I'm happy I have, because I'm starting to feel like I'm coming out of it. I'm coming out of something dark, and I feel like I'm evolving.
And Sagittarians have to move around. I know my dad, that not being able to move the way he used to because of whatever his physical health he's dealing with has been such a mental thing as well. Like it mentally drains you. So good news is that you probably have been doing the right things. You're taking the steps. All the Sagittarians are kind of going through that. So that health issues should kind of alleviate. Now you can start focusing on partnerships and that sort of thing. Let's see, you were Pisces ascendant. So we are in this season of Pisces. So that means you've got Jupiter transiting your third house, moving into your fourth house. So it will be kind of more leading into your internal world, but a lot of internal transformation with your home and your also immediate circle. Funny, you were talking about keeping your circle close. That's going to be a focus for Pisces ascendants as we are moving into this new Pisces. It's going to be your fourth house. So definitely your internal world is about to be experience a lot of growth.
I love that. Love that for all of us.
Yes, absolutely. And we just briefly touched on the houses, but there's also where it falls in the houses. So like if your natal position is Jupiter in the 8th, you naturally have luck when it comes to business partnerships, or maybe just business in general. You will attract luck the more that you put yourself out there to be a business owner or a business partner. I have Jupiter in my second house. So although I'm not rich, it does promise I will never be broke. And that has been my saving grace. I mean, I can tell you situations where I was like in Vegas once, literally didn't have like pennies to my name. And all of a sudden I got a check in the mail. Some random stocks I had that I didn't even know about. It was like several $100s sitting in there from my previous job. And that's Jupiter in the second house. But Jupiter does bring surprises. It brings luck, but not always money. But I don't feel like I'm lucky like money or gambling, but I thank the universe that Jupiter is one of my ruling planets, because there have been times where luck has just made it through.
Nice. So we only have 4 minutes left. So one of the things that I really want to do is I want to give everybody the spell from Lighting the Wick, from that Leanne and I wrote, for a success spell, for a good luck spell, and it does involve tarot cards. And I'm just going to say, if you don't own any tarot cards that you could work with, you could print some images off of the web. So if you don't have a deck of tarot cards that you're connected with and that you work with that you could be using during this spell, you can get the images for tarot cards on the internet. Just saying. I mean, I want to encourage everybody to get a deck of cards and start working with it and work with your intuition. But barring that, if you don't want to have to do that, or you're just not, ready to do that, then you can get the images. So I want to talk about, this is our good luck candle spell. And basically it works best on a Sunday, but you could start at any time during the waxing moon. And so if you wanted to do it this week, I would say today is a good day to do it. It is Thursday. You're going to get that Jupiter energy. And the moon is going full on Saturday. So you want to do it
tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow's
right.
Venus Day.
So today and tomorrow would be a good time to do it. So 3 yellow or gold candles. If you don't have yellow or gold, use white. Okay. In heat safe holders, want to remind you for that, a letter opener or some other pointed implement so you can carve in the wax. So that might be even just a pen that you don't click the pointer, just use the barrel of the pen, but know that you're going to get a little wax in there. The 3 tarot cards, the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune, which Leanne was talking about earlier. If you have success oil or a solar oil or a citrus oil or just some lemon juice to anoint the candle, that's great. So take the yellow or gold candle, carve the words good luck in that first candle. So carve the words good luck on the first candle. Take the second candle and carve the word windfall into the second candle. And then the third candle, you want to engrave blessings. You want to write blessings. And then you anoint those candles. Always anoint the candles after the carving. If you anoint first and then try to carve, it's going to be a slippery mess. So carve first, anoint second. Okay. And if you don't anoint the candles, it's okay. It's just an extra oomph. Okay. Then lay the tarot cards down in a triangle with the Wheel of Fortune at the top, the Ace of Pentacles in the lower right-hand side, and the Sun in the lower left-hand side. Place the Good Luck candle in its holder above the Wheel in the top position. Place the Windfall candle in its holder above the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Blessings candle above the Sun card. Okay. Light the candles in that order. And then as they burn, repeat the words 3 times. Wheel of Fortune, hand of fate, turn my way with blessings great. Trio of the many graces, make sure I hold all the aces. By the power of the sun, I speak this spell and see it done. And then place the tarot cards where you can see them every day to reinforce that spell and remind you. And let the candles burn all the way down. And don't leave them unattended. Okay? So using small candles for this is the best, like chime candles, little tea light candles, votive candles, smaller candles for this one. Okay. And then for extra power, you want to leave the sun card in a place that exposes it to direct sunlight throughout the day. So in a windowsill, maybe even the dashboard of your car. I'm just saying, like, get creative, but put that sun card where it's going to absorb the light of the sun. So easy to carve in a longer candle, like a chime candle, but you can still carve in a tea light. You just carve around, you just curve the word around the wick. That's all. But you can still do that. And a votive is just as easy. So, and get creative with it. And if you want to put your pyrite with it, your malachite, your aventurine, if you want to put your crystals, lay them on, lay a stone on each of those tarot cards. I love it. So there's your spell. We actually have to say goodbye. Lou has to go. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. We're lucky to have you guys with us. So thanks so much, and increase your luck.
Thank you.